turn up.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Sing some more, Ken.
Come on over to my place.
Very nice.
Teddy Pendergrass. I was telling Mike about
Mike's Daily Podcast. Teddy Pendergrass wrote this song.
It's
He's
a really good
so
song.
good, he passed away, but his voice was awesome, and he sang the song that went like this. Go ahead, sing a little bit of it, Ken.
Come on over to my place.
Kenneth Luttrell.
That's me.
Kenny.
Mike's
Daily Podcast. Kendrick Lamar Luttrell.
Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, not Luttrell. Or it is Luttrell, but not.
Mike's. No,
Lamar.
No Lamar.
Podcast.
That's a cool name, Lamar.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody, Ken has a new show, a new podcast. It's up on Spotify. It's everywhere. It's called Mornings with Maria.
Yes. Yeah.
Mornings with Maria.
I just started this podcast last week with my mother, Maria. And we do, it was like about 25-minute show. I think that's where we're going to keep it at. But yeah, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple, we're on Google Podcast. So check us out. It's pretty fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's a fun show. We talk about daily topics, and my mother gives stories about, daily adventures in her life. So it's always interesting. My mother is such a character.
That'll never happen.
I don't even know what the heck was that? Mike's going crazy right now.
Sorry.
That is not appropriate behavior, okay?
I like the way you say that.
Say what?
You're that's awesome that you did that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I was going to find an applause sound effect, but there wasn't any.
Page 6.
Oh, but this isn't the same thing as that other thing you're discussing.
Oh, okay.
They took our job.
They took our jobs.
They took our jobs. They took our...
My ear.
And here's today's podcast picture.
What's today's podcast picture today, Mike?
They took our jobs. Well, let's discuss that, shall we? Let's open this door.
We need to do like a Halloween version where that's the... Oh my gosh, that was so loud.
Hey, I got an email from a guy named Daniel Gill. He represents Force Field PR, and he says, hey, one last follow-up about the debut solo LP from Hiroki Tanaka. Oh, Basil. Did you know Hiroki Tanaka?
It seems like it.
Which is out this Friday. Let me know if you've got a chance to check it out and if you might be interested in doing anything with it. I said, sure, I'll interview him.
Sounds cool.
I don't really even know who they are, but I'll interview them. Whatever.
What kind of music do they play?
Kind of this... I have no idea. I don't know.
Do your research.
Why should I do that?
Because that's what a good journalist does. Research.
So I'm sorry I got interrupted by the late great Basil the Boxer and your wonderful stories about your mom. How did she enjoy doing the first podcast?
Well, when we started off the show, when you listened to the first episode, she didn't even realize I was recording.
Oh!
Yes. So I just kind of sprang it on her, and then I was like, oh, we're just going to record a podcast right now. And she's like, oh, okay, and here we go. And then she just told me stories about her daily life and things that she does when she goes to the grocery store and the cricket problem she has in her backyard and things like that.
Oh, she loves bashing those crickets.
Those I don't know if I can say the word on here.
She wants to smash the crickets.
The little bastards.
Little bears.
Little bass. Little basses.
Little bass bears. Let's go back in time. The podcast picture is 3 years ago. Oh, wow. Let's see. There is a... Oh. Well, I don't know. Oh, we could do a podcast picture 3 years ago of Basil. How about that?
That sounds good.
Yes.
I'm looking over his head right now, so I can just see like all the different pictures he has. Of Basil.
That was a wedding I went to 3 years ago.
How nice.
Yes. Oh, that was a very fine wedding. They had. Oh, look at this.
What is that? Oh my gosh.
That is a roasted pig.
That is a big old ham.
That was at the wedding. It was held at the City Hall in San Francisco.
Wow.
The pig, though, was actually at it was like a restaurant where they taught you how to cook.
Really?
Well, I guess that's not really a restaurant. I mean, it was more of a class that taught you how to cook. And they had a nice patio, and they said to this friend of mine, you can have the patio and do your reception here.
That's awesome. So it's funny because when I see that pig, I've actually seen one of those up close as well and had like giant full roast pig because one of my friends' dad is like a master griller, and he had like the whole pit where you have like the two things on the end and it's turning the pig, and it was the most delicious thing. Sorry to all you vegans out there, but it was the most delicious thing I've had, like, out of that. It was great.
Excellent. All right, so I'll have a podcast picture with Basil and me not eating the pig, but that was what a
time.
Have you ever done it yourself? Roasted a pig?
No, I still want to get to the point where I want to build my way up. I feel like there's levels to that. You know what I mean? So like I want to get like a smoker and do brisket and ribs and start there. Like right now I'm pretty good. I can grill mainly, a lot of different things. Like I just made pulled pork yesterday in my oven, but I need to get a smoker and then get a fire pit, and then I'll get to the roast pig, and then I'll invite you over and we can share it.
Oh, that'll be great. All right, what is your pulled pork recipe?
Okay, so I have different kinds, but basically it consists of because it's a dry rub, so it's paprika, cumin, brown sugar. You need brown sugar.
Oh snap!
Yeah, oh snap is right. And I tell you what, man. I tell you what. You put a couple of you put at least one beer in the pan, or the pot rather, and you put it in the oven for like 4 hours.
We're walking outside
as we go outside cafe anyway.
Oh, they're cooking pig out here right now. Oh, that's awesome.
It smells delicious. Here in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth.
Excellent. Look at you.
That's right. But it's good to do it. You have to do the rub 24 hours beforehand, and then you wrap it in saran wrap. And it's like a baby. Like you have to. That's like a baby. You have to kind of like massage it in those little crevices. Wrap it in saran wrap real tight so it can kind of hold itself. And then you just cook that sucker for 4 hours, man.
That's what you need is time.
Time is always
preparation.
Yes, time, preparation, and love and care. You can't just do it willy-nilly. You got to have passion about it. You got to be passionate.
And you said too the visual thing. Something about when you cook something, even if you mess up, it's all about how it looks.
Yeah, presentation is key.
Presentation's
key. You don't want it to look bad. I mean, you want it to look good.
I used to watch the show all the time. What's that one with Allen? Is it Ted Allen? You have to cook really fast. It's in a basket. And chopped, yes, chopped. And they would make something, and then they would, with the ingredients they gave them, and maybe halfway through they have like 10 seconds to make something.
right.
Halfway through they go, this didn't work out the way I planned. I'm gonna call this something else. And the way when they presented it was all in what they named it. Well, this is a ham dipped with nothing into salt, salt
with some like cranberry thing on there. And
see, the way you just described that made me want to eat whatever it was you just made. see, that's all it is. If the cook can eloquently put it out with the words, like how you would see it on the menu,
with a remoulade, whatever type of sauce.
Like, see, I'd eat that too. Whatever that was. I
don't even know how to make that, but I just know people like to use that. Pepper jelly. Why is pepper jelly in everything? Like, well, not in everything, but like they try to use it in certain little dishes. Pepper jelly.
Pepper jelly. I think I've had that. Yeah. So everybody's excited about that.
But you know what you need? You need salt and butter. That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Salt and butter.
There's that show on Netflix. It's like salt, fat, acid. Something like that.
I started watching that. I want to finish that up.
Pretty good.
As I told you, I watched the Quincy Jones documentary.
Yes, you did.
It's very good. I think you'll like it.
I mean, as a music fan, I'm definitely into that.
That guy eats. The fact that Quincy Jones is alive blows my mind.
He's still alive? I thought he passed. Oh,
no,
wow. Oh,
I think he's still alive.
I don't know. I could have sworn he passed.
Well, he had, let's say, in the 70s, he had a brain aneurysm, which they removed.
Really?
And then the doctor said, good news is you survived. Only 1 in 100 ever survive what you went through.
Oh, you're right. Wow.
And you'll be back in 2 months. We'll take out the other aneurysm.
Wow, he's 87. You're absolutely right. He's still alive and kicking. And I couldn't believe when I heard the one song I have heard since I was a kid when I was 10 years old. I don't know the name of his song, but it's the Austin Powers theme song.
Yeah. Which, if you listen to that, and if you forget about Austin Powers and all that had to do, if you hear that song, you go, how the heck did he come up with that? That's crazy.
It blew my mind. I was like, he wrote that? I was like, it was like an orchestra. Like he was, and plus he was the head producer for Fresh Prince, and
that's right. Yeah,
Quincy Entertainment, Jones Entertainment, something like that.
Right. Yeah.
At the end of every episode, that's how you knew it was Quincy Jones. It was amazing.
I think he also had a hand in Mad TV.
No.
Too.
Really?
I had heard that. I don't know. Well, he has so many interesting nuggets of wisdom that he talks about, and creativity, but I'm thinking I saw the other day, just the day before that, I watched the one on David Foster, who's also a music producer and knows Quincy, and Quincy actually shows up in his documentary too. But David Foster produces Michael Bublé, Celine Dion, Toni Braxton, and all those big Chicago 80s hits, the ballady type songs.
Right.
It's hard for me to say I'm sorry.
A lot of ballads in the 80s.
Yeah.
Regardless of what sound you were, like 80, metal had ballads at one point,
And there was a drummer that they both used, David Foster and Quincy Jones, in the 80s. Quincy used this drummer for Michael Jackson's big albums, Bad and Thriller.
He had some really good musicians too as well.
He's got Junior in the name. That same guy he was the drummer then for Chicago. He was like this hired gun drummer. But anyway, David Foster says this thing. He says, good is the enemy of great.
What?
Good is the enemy of great. So that explains both those guys. They don't want to ever just be good. They want to be great.
They
want to excel, and so they work tirelessly. They're never done.
He's worked with so many. Quincy Jones, obviously David Foster has too, but I don't know him as well as Quincy Jones. And you just look at the list of people that he's worked with, Quincy Jones, right?
Yeah.
Like Stevie Wonder was one of the main ones, right?
James Ingram.
Wow.
Frank Sinatra. Frank loved Quincy because he made the orchestra really loud and punched it up, he said.
Very big band with Frank Sinatra's sound too.
Yeah.
And
then Quincy did all those movie soundtracks and TV shows, and that's how he met Rashida Jones' mom, Peggy Lipton, and she was in the Mod Squad and
in the 60s, like you said, right?
Yeah. Wow. Welcome to TV Talk. We talk about TV, no big whoop.
This is Ira Blackstone.
Did you ever watch Bob Ross?
Oh my gosh, no, but I can see why people did, because he was just so eloquent.
We're gonna just put.
Here's a couple.
Where's Miles going?
Oh,
speaking of Miles Davis worked with Quincy Jones too.
Come on in.
Hey Miles, we were just doing a podcast.
No worries. I was just gonna walk out or take my break. So.
No.
What's going on, everyone?
tell
wow.
He came in hot.
Miles came into the studio, to outside a cafe anyway, somewhere in Podcaster Valley, Mont.
That's right.
The last place on earth.
Miles is the new guy for us.
Yeah.
Right in Podcaster Valley.
As you can tell, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but
these guys are nice enough to help me out here. So
yay!
Welcome.
We were just gonna go for a little drive.
A little drive, huh?
That was the guy from Police Academy.
Oh, it was.
Remember?
Oh,
did all those sound effects.
When he does the... Do you ever see him do the guitar solos as the broken amp? You ever see that?
No. What does he do?
Well, he just... I can't do it.
Bye, Miles.
Bye, Miles.
See ya. Sorry, guys.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
There he goes. He's off.
Into the desert night. So he'd just be like, and it'd be like an amplifier, and he'd be playing a guitar solo with his mouth.
Oh.
It was ridiculous, and it sounded like
like that. He's amazing, that guy.
I mean, but would you say he's like a one-trick pony because that was the one thing he did well, or was he? People just love what he did just because he was so talented, doing so many different sounds.
He, I think, spoke to a generation of people that went to see movies in the 80s, and they loved Police Academy, and they were getting tired of Steve Guttenberg, and they wanted something else. So,
I mean, how good were those movies after the first one?
Yeah, I don't know.
How many were there? Like 7, 8?
I watched the first one.
Oh.
And that was it.
So you're not an avid Police Academy fan.
I get that movie and Revenge of the Nerds mixed up. They came out at about the same time.
Oh, that's a great movie, though.
It was all about the underdogs taking over and changing
There was
things.
tons of people in that movie. My boss actually looks
Was in that movie?
No, he wasn't in the movie, but he looked like the head of the... what's the fraternity that they joined?
Who's your boss? What?
My old boss.
Oh.
From my old... Not my new boss. My old boss.
Same as the old boss. Won't be fooled again.
Again. Yo, they said... They actually had... He's considered one of the best bassists of all time, too, by the way. John Entwistle.
Wasn't he great?
What a force.
That mobile... Going mobile... No, beep, beep. What was the other one? Whoops. Hang on. Let me think of what was the other song he did. What was the one?
The Real Me is a great song.
Can you see the real me,
He's like,
doctor? Oh, yeah. It's the best. Okay. Let's wrap up the show. There's a couple people here. Hello, Michael Myers. It's Madame Rootabega. And who is this guy? It's Kenneth Cottrell. Wait,
Kendrick Lamar.
Kenneth Kendrick Lamar Luttrell.
Hi.
Hello, it's good to meet you.
Oh, very nice to meet you. I like your accent.
Thank you.
You're from Germany?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm from everywhere. I was born in a little basket, and I was put by a river. No, that was Moses.
Oh, that's true. Johnny Cash was from everywhere.
That's right. I've been everywhere, man.
I've been everywhere, man.
Did you date Johnny Cash? Yes. Did you date Kendrick Lamar? Yes. Did you date... No. Okay. That answers that question. Look who else is here.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
It is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Hey, Mike, I've wanted to meet Kenneth Cottrell Lamar, the Kendrick Lamar Luttrell Day.
Yeah! Kenneth Cottrell Lamar. Do you know that?
What's going on, Valentino?
I'm doing pretty good there. Hey, you like all this hair on my chest?
Yeah.
I make Eugene Levy look like he's one of those cats without any hair. Is that called an embryo cat?
Yeah, embryo cat. Do you know that? Wow, I don't know what he's talking about. Sorry.
Neither do I.
You can see a picture of Valentino the parking attendant at mikesdailypodcast.com. I did a drawing of him, and the way you described him is completely wrong because this is what he looks like. Wait.
Hold on, I can't see.
It takes 20 minutes for this computer to load. There, that's what he looks like.
Oh, it kind of, almost. Well, the sharp nose, I didn't expect a sharp nose.
The sharp nose.
Yeah, my nose is sharp, like a carrot sticking out of a pumpkin.
Do you know what? He turned into Bison Bentley.
What? Yeah, at the end there.
I don't know how that happened there. Sorry, Bison.
It's all right. Do you know what? Okay.
All right. That's great.
Thank you for being on the show. What would you like to plug again? Your show? Do you want to plug it?
Yes. Again, Mornings with Maria. It stars me, Ken Luttrell, and my mother, Maria Luttrell. And you can find us on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, and Google Podcasts, and I think there are a couple more, but those are the main three. Which Google Podcasts? I deleted that off of my phone. It does not work anymore. Just go to Spotify. I found Spotify way easier. Not to plug Spotify, but I just did. Yeah, it is easier, I would say.
They just got to get their stuff together, Google.
It's user friendly. Google's anything except for their docs and their. Yeah, that's about it.
And they had their Google Music. See, I'm giving them a plug, now I'm giving them a slug. The Google Music is gone, and it's now YouTube Music. And I'm like, I don't want my videos mixing with my music. What the? I like to watch the Defunct Land and the Yesterworld. Yesterworld. I almost said yesteryear.
I know.
That's welcome to the old radio 1920s. And Jack Benny. Rochester. It's a yesteryear. It's a radio show.
That's wonderful.
Old time radio shows.
That sounds so legit the way you did that. I'm proud of you.
I am too legit to quit.
Okay, now you just kind of ruined it. No,
sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, wait, let me play that again.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, there, I just had to throw that in. All right, thank you so much, Ken. You were an awesome guest. And
my pleasure, anytime.
Listen to his show, and for more, you can call 336MM Daily and give us your opinion. 3 + 3 = 6 MM as in Mike Matthews Daily, as in what this podcast is every single day.
Every day.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.
And that was FF episode 2141. 2141. Woo! mikesdailypodcast.com.